You have now entered into the unknown. You are a witness to the greatest gamer gaming. Big slappa. Before we even get into this banger, I really need each and every single one of you beautiful people to hit. Did I say hit? I mean smash. That like button. Subscribe to my channel, it is free. Share my video to help support a hard-working gamer. Alright, listen up fam, cause I'm about to take you on a ride through the mean streets of the gaming world, where Big Slappa reigns supreme as the undisputed champ.
Who the fuck are you? That's my position.
Well, and that's a noble position, and we appreciate the fact that you represent that. But the truth of the matter is not pretty. And the truth of the matter is that most people would like to be controlled more by their government.
No, they just want to fight.
Most people are all for government control, as long as they don't have to discuss it.
Yeah, as long as it works.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
Rights are generally worthless at the time.
Well, there's a lot of people that the government can make life easy. A lot of people have it hard, right? So the government comes in and says, I'm going to make it easy for you, but I'm going to need certain requirements of you. I'm going to need you to have a digital. You'll be taken care of, and now you can pursue your dreams.
Is this the mark of the beast you're speaking of, sir? Right. That's the whole thing. Is it's never been difficult at any point in history. Like we got a dude right now that's telling you front and center that I put a computer in somebody's
This is gonna be a tough decision to make.
Yeah. And everybody's going, yeah.
It's the greatest thing in the world, so.
Yeah.
But we understood this 15, 20, 25 years ago. We understood while watching Tron and while watching Cyborg. We understood that there was just this small line medically that needed to be crossed in order for us to be able to do these things.
Yeah.
Like if you can.
Yeah. Ring the bell.
Why? Because this is
pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last
biological machine?
What's a heavy
knockdown?
knockdown?
Understand
How
it.
are
You
they going to
understand
come
it.
back from
Yeah.
that? They
And you can
staggered
fuck
back
with
to the
that machine.
corner. They've got to
You can
freshen
juice it
them
up, you
alert
can
them
get it
again, get them
stronger,
back on
get it
point again.
smarter.
This
There's
is-
a lot of things about machines.
This is what the
Don't get involved.
Anunnaki
Give yourself
said.
another 3 minutes.
This is
Get
how
right.
you know that these are not made up things from people's imagination, because everything is too factual. Like this necklace, right? People online were like, yeah, is that Buddhist or that's this or that? It's none of that. Like I just try to find the answers to things. So I designed this because this is that thing that you see that all the Anunnaki guys that have that look like a wristwatch. And they always have it, and you're always trying to see what that is.
What is that?
It is a time, and it's a compass. It's a timekeeping compass.
That's what that is?
Yeah. So
Great stuff.
Very close match.
that's
It
what
shows
made
skill,
the
discipline,
carrier
the respect both fighters have for
of
each other,
great
because no
importance.
one's there to do anything out
because
of turn.
he was able to do things that were magical in nature, like go somewhere and get right back. Like, you know what I mean? Like
that thing on the wrist was a compass.
a timekeeping
Compass.
Yeah.
And he misses with that jab.
Oh, right. So you had to believe in things that didn't exist at some point, like magnetics and distance and
A very competitive round.
probabilities.
With 10 seconds left.
Right.
That's how, like.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest.
Start
Got
finding
all the
out
momentum
that
on their
it's not
side
really
after that
about
last round.
knowing
Let's see
anything.
what they
It's
do
about
here.
where
God,
to
my
go
motto
to get
is,
the
if it's not
information.
broken, why
You know what I
change
mean?
it? An excellent last round, everything works.
So like
Wait
when
for
we
the
look at all the
reaction. Until
ruins
then,
all around
keep
the
doing
world,
what you've just been doing
we're
because
not
you've
seeing
won that hands down.
ruins of colleges and universities.
And he scores with the counter. Those
We're
counter
seeing
punches have to
temples
hurt.
and synagogues and churches.
He wasn't ready for that
But
counter
people
punch.
don't understand that that's where that information is coming from.
This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter,
they
get
weren't
them
in
out
there
of their
singing
rhythm.
and reading from a book. They were in there being taught things that they were able to go put into practice. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they were being taught art, agriculture. You know what I mean? Like they were
We
being
wanted
taught.
action, and they are giving us action.
They had some very bizarre knowledge too. They had a detailed knowledge of cosmology. They had a really detailed knowledge of our solar system.
100% of the writings across the world, whoever said anything about space or the universe or what was out there, why were all of them correct, Joe? It's not even possible. Like,
can be, but tonight, don't be surprised.
how did they know that Mars was the red planet, and why was it a
Mars used to have an atmosphere, it used to have water. Something happened to its environment.
If that's correct, then there's a guy right now saying he's getting ready to put people up there.
You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that.
Exactly. Restart it all
Now it's
over
down to
again.
conditioning. Now it's
50
down to
years
mental
ago, there was
strength
no
and
water in
preparation.
our whole
It's how
universe.
you
Let
are
them
going to
tell it.
deal with this.
Now there's been water almost everywhere. There's water on the moon, for crying out
Are
loud.
you familiar with the Younger Dryas impact theory? You know what that is?
Why are they
Say
throwing
what
punches?
is
The
it?
Younger
They should be
Dryas
playing
impact theory
defense
is
right
a
now.
theory that Earth goes through a cycle of like comet storms every June and every November. And most of the time nothing happens. But every now and again we get hit. We get hit big. And they think we got hit big 11,800 plus years ago, and that had to restart civilization. And that what you're seeing from like Mesopotamia, all these people 6,000 years later, they think that is a rebuilding of civilization
no
that
way
was
this
already
fighter
like
can go
just
punch for
whispers and
punch.
stories
Their
and tales, and
resistance
then
to
they
these
rebuilt
blows
it
just
again
isn't the
thousands
same.
of years later.
Oh my goodness,
But if you
what
go back to
pace,
like
what
11,800
pace.
BC,
Do you know what
11,800
your
years
story
ago,
is? They're like
you're
little
dealing with
roots.
what we thought were
Will the referee
hunter-gatherers,
stop
and now we
it?
know they weren't. Now we know they built complex stone structures, and the real speculation is they think that the people who built the
For him to get back up
And
on
if
his
you
feet,
and
but
if you
is he
look
just a
around the
glutton for
world,
punishment?
you see
he
certain
can smell
telltale
blood. Look at
things
that.
that let
He's
you
put in
know
man once.
that
He knows what
advanced
shot works
machinery
and where to land
was
it.
in
Then
usage.
try and do it again.
Look,
He's
there-
just not got to get triggered.
This whole thing where slaves are stronger people is a
Final 10
fallacy.
seconds here,
We
and
like
I
to
think he
believe
knows
that
who's won this
slaves are stronger. Slaves are weaker because they don't eat the right food and they never tell.
I'm thinking that quite a
Ring
while.
the
ago.
bell
I
and
think
here
it
we
was
go.
actually
Gotta get
skilled
the
labor
momentum shift
because of the
coming
way they
their
were
way. What
eating.
can
They
they do
found
here?
what their
That
camps
knockdown
were,
we
where their
just saw
food
was a
was.
heavy
They ate
knockdown.
like very
I'd be
good
very,
food,
very
so they think they were
surprised
actually
if you
skilled
come
labor,
out
but also
fresh as a
probably
daisy.
forced
That's
skilled
not gonna
labor.
happen. You
But
gotta
that's
hustle.
probably
You
not the
gotta
people who built
bluff.
it. That's probably the people that were working on it. That's probably the people that worked in the village or in
Nice
the
counter
city.
shot.
How many companies have done renovations on the White
Both of
House?
these men showing
None of
exceptional
them have
gems,
done
by the
enough
way.
renovation that they can claim it's their life. So, yes,
Just as
thousands
quickly as
of
the
years
action
worth
slows
of
down, it
people
heats
were
back
there.
up.
But that doesn't have anything to do with the building of
Who do you
it.
think built it?
Well, understand, we know enough now to understand that this was a
You
complex.
can tell he's
This
stronger,
was
but he's not
not,
faster.
Right.
We've been led to believe that this is how much they
One of the
worship
best attributes to
their
have
dead
in
body.
boxing
Right.
has nothing to do with boxing.
But
It's
the
how well you
evidence
can take a
doesn't
punch to the
show any
face.
of that.
No,
Back in the
it
history books,
Like when you
some of
see
the
inside
best
when they
fighters
have
in
those
the world
intricate
were the
carvings and
middleweights. Yes,
paintings
the
and
glamour
stuff in
division
gold
is
and
the
stuff, you have to
heavyweights we know.
remember
But I'm
this
telling
is
you
in
now,
a
you
windowless
look right there.
room.
These
Folks.
guys are
There's
on
no
it.
candle
Fast,
soot.
sharp,
There's no
powerful.
this.
Yes, and you can imagine that being
It's
you. They're the
clearly
size
a
of an
power
average man.
plant
This has
and
been a
built
very competitive
specifically
round
for
between these
that
two.
location
Perfectly matched.
on this
skill
planet.
For skill, tap
for-
for
What
tap.
do
you think it was
now
powered
this
by?
fight will say, you know what, I'm just
Um,
that notch above you,
the,
so I've got to respect both
hot
of them
water
more than
springs
happy.
underneath it.
So it was powered
counter
by the
punch.
hot water springs? To what end? How do you know all this, first of all? Is this
Doesn't
marijuana
always
talk?
pay to be
I
first.
don't think
It
so.
pays to be last. Counter
This
punches
is
have to hurt. Very close
Where did you
round with
read
10
this?
seconds to go.
If you follow information about humankind, you find out emerald
There's the bell to
tablets
start the round. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The terminology being used is
when was it written?
Far too accurate for now. So, I'm sure that.
Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cook.
Also known as the Smart tablet or the Tabula
You've got to be on it. You've got to be confident.
Smaragdina. Oh, I fucked that up. It's a compact and a cryptic Hermetic text. It was highly regarded by Islamic and European alchemists as the foundation of their art. Though attributed to the legendary Hellenistic figure Hermes Trismegistus. How do you say that? Trismegistus. The text of the Emerald Tablet first appears in a number of early medieval Arabic sources, the oldest of which dates to the late 8th or early 9th century. It was translated into Latin several times in the 12th and 13th centuries.
It's okay to be aggressive
interpretations and commentaries followed. So what does it say, though? The Egyptian god Thoth. Okay, it says beginning in the 2nd century BC onwards, Greek texts attributed to Hermes, a syncretic combination of Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth appeared in Greco-Roman Egypt. Those texts known as the Hermetica are heterogeneous collection of works that in the modern day era are commonly subdivided into two groups. The technical Hermetica, compromising of astrological.
But I'm going to read that. It literally says, hey, there's a spaceship on Earth, and this is where it is.
Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it.
Because if all you care about is information, right? That's what you start to see is when you get to everybody's civilization, Asian, Indian, African. When you get to the crux of their information,
and they've got some work to do to get back into
nobody's disagreeing.
These guys are going to be lightning quick.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful,
you figured out how the fuck they did it.
You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
If there was any logical explanation that people could have done it, I would be on board. I'd be like,
look at the footwork, the hand speed.
But there aren't any people saying that.
Division has to offer.
Human beings it's possible if you had enough power and you had enough engineering and mathematics that you could figure out how to design and construct the pyramid.
Yes.
But then the logistical problem of getting the stones from hundreds of miles away, massive, several ton, up to 80-ton stones.
Joe,
that's crazy.
If you
500 miles away somewhere.
Even if you could do it, let me ask you this. Would you build it on sand?
Just barely.
I don't think it was originally sand. See, that's the thing.
Right. This was a fertile valley.
Yeah, it was.
The whole thing is a fallacy.
Yeah, that's definitely not real.
Finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
For us to believe that.
I think we are the children of the survivors of some great catastrophe. I think that's why every single
not everybody
biblical scholar. What?
Not everybody. Some people.
What do you mean?
Are that?
Some people are the survivors?
Right.
Well, I mean, most human beings probably got wiped out in comet storms.
Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
That they know of where human beings got down to like 7,000 people.
Who's
counting?
3-4 shot combinations before
I think they use genetics and they backtrace and they try to find individuals that were capable of having X amount of children. I wonder how they do the calculations. It's a good question.
The things in Hollywood and in writing that have attracted our attention worldwide were all based on some truth. So all the stories of hobbits have been successful in all of their genres. Why? Because they existed. Like we now know that there were whole pygmy groups, and that we understand that that's what the seven dwarves was.
Yeah, like that island of Flores, man, that they found.
There's nothing quite like
they
a big
literally call it a
heavyweight
hobbit.
fight.
It's like a
Everything
3 foot
can
tall
change
person
with one punch.
that was covered in hair,
Middleweights are the
smaller
best
head
you
than
can
us,
ever come across.
used
Obviously,
tools.
the flyweight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight, it's the size
As
of the
a-
average man or woman.
as a
When you get in
preteen,
there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've
knew
got
that
speed, you've got
Atlantis
pace, you can stand, you can dance, you
was
can do everything. We can look back in history.
just because
You know
of
the
how it
amazing
was
fights at middleweight
spoken.
are ridiculous.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are
Just
no
that it was
losers.
known as
Stumbling
early.
around them.
Yeah.
The bell, and here we go.
What is that,
Down in the last
that-
round. Let's see what
the
he can
ring
do here.
called?
What a knockdown. You know in the corner now, they're
That
saying,
Jimmy
when you get out
Corsetti
there, jump on him.
is,
Do not give him
he's
chance
on
to
this. This
breathe.
dude is
Bully
an
him,
expert in
boom,
shit.
push him down,
He's
punch him
an
in the back.
expert
Keep
in
letting the shots
ancient
go,
catastrophes
because you know
and
they won't shake your
the
leg.
remnants and
They're
the evidence that
nuts
shows
here,
that these
away
civilizations
from
existed
getting
and
stopped.
something happened. And he's focused on this one area in Africa that he believes is
Now
Atlantis.
go-
And he says it has all the hallmark characteristics.
So
Like,
he's
try
back up,
explaining
but at
this.
some point, Johnny,
You're going
he's
to see
got
it.
to live
And
to
try
fight
explaining
another
this
day,
through a
doesn't he?
natural phenomenon that
Somebody
doesn't
can
exist
smell
anywhere
blood
around
here.
it.
They can smell
Concentric
blood. They've gotta be
circles
smart. Get in there.
that is
Then
near
boom,
what
back
used to
in
be
the same
water,
spot again.
and there's
That once,
heavy
you
water
do it
erosion
again,
marks
you do it again.
all around
Halfway
it
through the
that
round, and they're
indicate
struggling a little bit.
massive amounts of
Best
quick
start,
flowing
Bob.
water
You
in
know
a
what,
very
the
short
cornerman
period of
now is
time.
down for them doing their job.
Yeah,
Get them around, regroup, like freshen up, boom, different tactics.
That's it. Look at that thing. Bro, are you fucking kidding me? That's it. The reshot structure.
Just misses for that uppercut.
I mean, are you fucking kidding me?
And now going for the finish.
Now imagine if that was this massive city of concentric...
Got to change after 2
human
knockdowns in the
history.
Where's
last
the Garden
round.
of Eden?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be
when you
sheer
read the
panic
stories,
in that
right,
corner.
the
What do
thing
they do?
that
Do they throw
strikes
the towel
you
in?
is
Do they let him come back out again?
it's so
Because they know they're
specific.
fighting.
Like, it
It's like a
says
lamb to the
things
slaughter.
in talking about the Garden of Eden that, wait a minute,
As we
if I
enter the final
can't
frames of
find
this
what
bout,
you're
Johnny,
talking
what
about,
have we seen so far?
this isn't even real.
Big units here.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like where the
That was
Garden
it.
of Eden
That was the big
was,
shot we were waiting
there's,
for.
I think, 4 rivers that come from it. And then it names 2 of them. Like, very specific. It's like the Nile and the Euphrates, right?
Right.
So you know 2 of them. And it's saying, you know,